Welcome everyone. We are with another episode of Data Center. So, what we're going to do today, we'll do one more customer. We worked all this out yesterday. There was another update yesterday, so we did preview the previous update. I don't think this one is anything particularly major. What you can do now, you can label these. So you can actually label, and we're not going to bother, you can actually label anything like that, and when you hover over it, apparently gives you the name of it. So we don't need to do that. We're just going to be in depth. I'm sure there'll be a purpose to it, but look at the speed of that one. Right, anyway. So our next customer. Midlife Crisis. Well, we've all been there. So we worked this out to be 20 yellows, 42 blues, 20 purples, and 10 greens. A total of 92 servers, which will be 16 racks. So what we're going to do, we're going to get that, start ordering it all. Now, as to where it's going to go, it's 16 racks. We could have 4 rows of 4 there. But as I explained yesterday, oh, let's move that cable. As I explained just yesterday, I wanted to go back as far as possible because I've got a feeling that these ones down here are going to be so big, like the end customers, that, you know, we're going to need multiple rows and rows. It's just, I mean, this is the last one we did yesterday, and that was, what was that? That was 14 racks on one server I had to put in there. So this one is 16, so that's going to be, then that's 14, so it's going to go down to here. All right, leaves us free, so the next one we could take this and snake into there. Start doing like a snake effect. That's down to there, so this row we could start from here, snake this way. When it gets to here, we can then snake that way. You know what I mean. So we have auto technicians on. Now this particular setup, we have 92 servers in my calculator for this. 92 servers, each one doing 0.6. That's 55 gigabytes of data. So I think, once again, we should be able to get away with just 2 data connections like we had here. We're going to do exactly the same sort of setup. So let's go back. Now we need a colour for these racks. So what colour have we not used yet? We haven't used purple, have we? We've not used purple. We got purple. We have some purple cabling. There won't be enough there, but we do have some. So yeah, I think we're going to go for a bit of purple racking. So let's start getting what we need. So first things first, cabinet. So let's find the right colour scheme. Got a nice purple, don't want to go too dark. So that's fine, and then we said 16 of them. Right, isn't it? 92 servers, so get 6 in a server. So 15.3, so yeah, we're going to obviously round it up to 16. So that will do first of all. Then we're going to need one of those switches. And then we're going to need 16 of these. So it might be the limit of what we can get, or 15 might be the limit. Okay, well let's give it that. We'll order that on the next batch. Will it go on the end? Yeah, that would go on the end, which is good. This is the only part of this game which is I now find a bit frustrating. Is taking everything through. I've only got a limited amount of space on the trolley. These ones I'm placing on top don't fit right. It's purely balancing. So I'd like to see some sort of like pallet scheme where you stuff them with on pallets so you can bring it all through in like one go. Right, so let's start building these. I'm going to take some more walls down today as well. We are working backwards first, trying to work our way back as far as possible. So I'm not going to build over because I do think we're going to struggle with end game customers. I don't know why, I've just got this feeling that they're just going to be so huge. I mean, what was it? We worked out to be yesterday. I think it worked out that if everything was 128 connections, like the maximum it can be, we was looking at 85 racks. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting. Let's get these last couple of racks down. Right, so let's put that in. This is where it's going to come in from the customer base. So let's go and... So next we're going to order all the switches and all the patch panels. That's 16 of each. Because we need one in every rack. Actually, let's do that. We need 16 of these because it's going to come in from the main fibre which we just put in, and one connection to each rack which will go into this end, and then we need RJ45 connectors coming out of here to each server. So we've got the 16 of them, 16 patch panels, so you don't really need the patch panels. I just find it looks neater. That's all we need on that for the moment, and then we're going to come back and order all the modules. Oh, quite a jump over. Really? That's all 16 of them done. I don't know how many patch minerals we're going to be able to get on here. Oh, here we go. Well, I don't really like using the trolley. Back off. Right, it's got those ones stacked a bit neater. Right, so let's get all these modules in place. So let's get a few fappy ones. Stop pushing the trolley away. I swear. Right. So it's one in. So we use the same pattern on them all. Like. Oh, seriously. Doing my heading. What the fucking hell? Oh, you're getting the impression sometimes things just ain't gonna go your way. Okay, so these don't appear at long distances. Oh, fucking thing. Pick it up. Where can get minutest detail can get. A little bit of a pain in the arse. We pick all the empty boxes up at the end when we're done. One just over in there. Come on, get in. Well, we know they like. Let's be the last one there. I think that's about right. No, that looks all good to me. So let's put this back on the table. Yeah, we don't need to put anything in the server, the customer base. Right, so the main in going to be here, and then we're going to need one of them in every rack. Oh, it's an empty box. Picked up an empty box. Right. So all those are done. So we just need these done. So 16, so we need one more block of 4, is that right? So 4 lots of 4 is 16, so that's it. That will do nicely. So we want one in there. And I believe that is everything done for that part. Get this tied up first. Then it's the art of cabling. Everybody does this cabling different ways. I'd say I can't tell you if you're right or wrong. So let's take this wire. We'll start this end. So we do the same pattern for every single rack. So the actual bottom part of these patch panels is where the server will be connected into. I haven't used much meterage yet. Go around this way. Oh, what's gone on there? Remove that cable. Oh, got enough. But we're going to need to order another one of them cables. Right, let's pick all these empty boxes up. And get them on the trolley out the way so we can throw them away. Right, so let's get the fibre cable. Where am I going? The fibre cables are at the back. So we can't go to the main cabinet yet, but what we can do. So that's going to be rack number 1. Goes to there. 2. Oh, shit. Well, that went wrong. So if my calculations are correct, 2 more to go. Because the distance travelled is like 100 metres, I think is a maximum for an RJ45 cable. It just makes sense to do this route right now. One isn't connected. I've missed one somewhere. Right, this one. Not ideal, so I was trying to do it in number sequence, but didn't quite work out that way. Right, so now it's a time to just get all the servers in. Let's move the cables to that side first. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Must be subscribing on YouTube. Thank you very much. I do hope you're doing well. Don't forget, on YouTube, you can actually go through all the playlists. Any episodes you may have missed, if you want to know how we did a particular rack, because obviously as the racks are getting bigger, we are changing the way we were doing them. I mean, at some point, this, I believe that everything will be the same sort of approach now. Obviously, at some point, we will need the extra cables from the customer base to the main switch once the bandwidth starts getting up higher. Create an NACP group. That's the way we'll do it. However, it will be interesting to know once we get to the later stages of the game what happens. Okay, so without further ado, this is the bit which takes the longest now, unfortunately. We want 20 of these servers. Just going to do one colour at a time. And this is where I say we need some sort of better scope for getting all these round the business end of this data centre. But you've got to start dropping them on top and hope they stack without trying to knock them off when you add the next ones. We're trying to do it in as few trips as possible. It crams 7 onto this one. Put them in from this side. Let go of the trolley. imagine next we have to put 42 of these away. 42 blue ones. Right, how many we got left? 2, 4, that's 6, that'll do. Right, last ones of the yellows. And the blue, we also can't order 42 in one hit. We'll order the first 32, try and get them put away. We'll come back for the others. Nicely balanced. Welcome everybody to the stream if you're just joining us. Don't forget to like and follow, and we would appreciate it on Twitch. Or you can catch up with us on YouTube. All the videos, all the VODs do go up at some point on our YouTube channel, and you've got the playlists for this and all the other games. Website address will be on the bottom of your screen. Give it a visit. They have a look. That's useful sometimes if you want to buy a game, not sure. Quite good to be able to watch a bit of a run through, see what you think of it. Right, blue one's next, so we can order 32 because you can only order 32 items in one go. We'll order the first 32, then we'll get the next 10 after. We'll order that with the purple. So 32 of these, first of all. That's why I thought I would like this to be more of a pallet delivery. You've got a pump truck, you can just take it straight through. Lovely. Like a little mini game of Buckaroo, isn't it? How many can you get on there before it gets kicked off? We get one more on there. You know, one more long ways. Nope. Oh no. That's why I hate this trolley. We could have probably walked them around individually by now. That's why I want to see the improvements to this trolley. Even make the trolley bigger. Just do something with it. Or as I say, give us like a trolley and a pallet truck. They can get pallet deliveries all the morning 32 at a time. It does worry me when we get to the end game, these bigger customers. How long it's going to take. So you won't be able to do things in one stream. Again, we're mixing server types in a rack. Doesn't make any difference. Maybe don't switch them on until you're ready to do so, because the end of life starts at that point. Right, let's move that out of the way. Let's move that way over here. We need that lastly to connect two connections to the customer base once we signed the customer. Right, let's see, get the guys out of the way. The good thing is once we've got all these blue ones done, that'll be most of it done then. I think what I might do is get all these blue ones fitted and get the next batch of blue bollocks, and then wire all this lot in to start with. How many does that leave us with? 16, so I can try and do 2 trolleys of 8. Right, let's try and get ourselves lined up here. There's a bit of a visual glitch when we're pushing stuff on a trolley, isn't there? And again, just for those who are wondering, we've got auto technicians on. So much better, that update with the auto technicians. We did install a mod, but then the following day after we installed the mod, they did an update and put it in as a feature, and it makes life so much better. Just let them get on with it without having to run to the computer every 5 minutes because the server's got end of life. And they do now last longer. Once it's been fixed once, they do last longer, apparently. All in all, there's been a couple of good updates. Just want to do something in a bloody trolley. One more. More long ways. Line it up. Hold it up high. Before I turn it on then, so you're not going to get no power when it's not in the racks. Right, last batch of these, and then we've got all the last 10. We'll order that with the purple ones. That looks very dodgy, doesn't it? It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Put it Leaning Tower of servers. Okay, we're going to do the last 10. Then we're going to wire all those ones up. And then we are basically majority of the way through it. So now let's get the 10 blues first, actually. I won't complicate matters with getting the purple. There'll be 2 trips of 5. Yeah, it's just not worry about stacking them more on top. Got to be 2 trips, so we might as well do it 2 trips. Right, last trip on the blue, and then we're going to wire all these ones in. Only because it makes me feel good knowing that there's we've got over halfway done then. Almost been an hour as it is. So we've still got 30 servers left to get in. Wire to the main customer grid. And then we've got to go around and do all the IP addresses on them all. I think at this rate we're probably going to be at another half hour or so. Right. So this cable isn't going to last very long. Right. So we've got 2 in there, so we need to leave the first 4 blank. Because we cable from bottom to top. the bottom to top, and then it's left to right. Not that we have to worry about. Once the cabling is done, it's done. When the technicians auto change sync, cable doesn't get affected. If we were to go into when to change it, then yes, the cable would be affected. We have to get some new cable and put it in. Which is why we like the technicians do all that for us. But we will be gliding up the world ratings with the amount of cable we're using. So we haven't got any redundancy built into it. That's one thing I would state. They've got much better techniques of doing this. But at the moment, redundancy is not a part of the game. You get, when there's something's broken down, you get enough time to change it. Say, what's it, 20 minutes and 36 minutes are the ones we've got at the moment. So perhaps before you start getting any financial penalties. So I don't think we need to worry about redundancy cabling. I mean, you could put an extra server into each one, and then when a server went down, the customer's still gonna be serviced. Went over the top with an extra server. When a server breaks, the speed will go down, but the speed, the IOPS that the customer requires, is still going to be above what it needs to be. So that's another alternative. It's just that way the when server does break, they can replace it without, say, anywhere near a financial penalty. But we haven't had many penalties. The only penalties we've had was when I misclicked on the customer before it was ready on the cabinet, before I set anything up. They went into penalties because it took so long to set up, especially when you're panicking, trying to get it done quickly. And then before an update, they solved the issue with the cabling for the technicians. Sometimes because we let them sort it out, we forgot to restart the game. Nice and neat cabling, the OCD. Can't handle it any other way. $30 of cabling left. It's definitely fair to assume that we're not going to be able to get the last racks done with what we've got. Oh, hello, what happened there? That's awful. We missed the clip. But I do like the way that cable disappears and you can't get it back. Because obviously in the real world you would have ruined cable. Right, there we go. 14 meters of cable left. So we're going to order 20 purple servers now. Now, where's my trolley? Let's reset the trolley. There we go. Bit of a cheat, but there you are. It'd nice if there was an instruction where you could make them carry a load of servers through for you and just put them on the floor or something. Oh, sod it. Oh, that's a horrible visual effect. Right, let's get the next stack of purple servers. Got 2, 4, 6, 7. We've got 6 on that trolley. 2, 4, 6 on the last trolley. Look at that. Oh, it makes your eyes go funny, doesn't it? I think that's a glitch that needs sorting out. I've got built too many cabinets. Well, we've got 6 left, haven't we? So 2 there, 4 into there. We've got 10 greens. 2, 6, 8. Oh no, so there'll be 2 into the last rack. So with the 10 green ones, obviously the good news is we should be able to do it in 2 trolleyfuls of 5. We'll order the next batch of cable we're going to need as well. Now, because I didn't make a note of the hex code for the purple cable, we already had some, it probably end up being a slightly different shade. Right, stop. So 10 green. And then there's the copper cable we want. See, it's kept this same hex code. Let's just order a read of that. Right, those of you that have managed to stay with us all the way through, we are nearly at the end of the setup. Thank you for your patience and thank you for sticking along with us for the ride. So I do still maintain that they've got to do something better with this delivery system of parts. Because most of your time in this game is going to be spent going backwards and forwards with servers. Say just make that wall bigger, move it back a bit, not as well, make it unusable, but then get stuff delivered on a pallet. It gives a pump truck, you know, an old pallet truck, and we can just weed it through and have multiples in there, have like 20 in a pallet or something. That way you still got multiple trips, but from an enjoyment point of view, it's got to be better than watching a bit of paint dry. Right. Oh, that was nicking my server then, not right. I'll get this up this side because it's going to be closer to where I want to go. Yes, just about. Drop that on the floor. Bit brighter, that cable, I can tell that just by looking at it now. Excellent, all the servers are now in place. Now let's use the old cable up first. As you see, we follow the same pattern. It's very in the early stages of the game, it makes life easier to remember how you did it and follow the same pattern throughout. So top to bottom and then left to right. That's why I like the patch panels, because it's so much easier than trying to deal with that mess up there. Well, at 1.3, I don't think we're going to get any further. Oh, that'll be it then. No. So let's... We better use that at the top. Don't like wastage. That's going to be it now. You can't use it when it gets to a metre or less. Right, give it a lap. Finish off this cabling. Then we only got 2 more cables to do after all this palaver, and that's going to be the cables, the fibre cables to the customer base. Well, it's not too bad at a shade, is it? That's a pretty good guess. Right, here we go, last couple of bits. I promise, last couple of bits. I mean, for as well as I do like this game, I just don't know how much of it I want to do on stream. Because we might only get doing it off stream, I can get halfway through a customer and save it, or do it in little stages. Right, again, we will use the same pattern. Leave the bottom 4 because we might use this for the next customer. Right. Okay, so that is it. So every server has been hooked up. So all the servers to the patch panels to the switch. All these switches are being done to the main switch. So we are ready. Turn the customer on there. We've got two QFAPs in there. So we want to go here. We're going to go to the 3rd one. We're trying to make all the strings run in line with each other. So where's my box of QFAPs gone? Bloody hell. I swear there's a box on the floor by them. Right, so... cable number 1 into there. And that should be able to go straight up to there, can it? Yeah. And all the way down, it was the 3rd one. And then it will go into that. Down to that one and into there. Then we shall run the next cable into exactly the same positions. Right, so that should be everything. Then what we'll do, we'll switch all these on. With the top server, we're going to create a group for these two. That way what they do, they'll share the bandwidth. Oh, don't want to do that just yet. We need to switch them on first. We're going to do a colour group at a time. Okay, so back to... That's the customer picture. So it's not doing any transmitting of data yet, 'cause we need to set the IP addresses. To set them, you need to know what the IP addresses are. So if you go back to the customer base, we've done the yellows. The yellow one, we're looking for here, the gateway, 102510. And we will start from point 2. Point 1 is the customer base, so we will start from point 2. So it's 102510.2. And we'll copy that. And then you can do next IP. So that should go green now. There you go. Look, that one's completed at the top. So that will come off. Excellent. So we will now go and look at the purple. No, sorry, the blue. That's the next one. So it's nice twice 7. Let's go and switch all these on first. Now, some of you have realised I talk about everything being nice and neat, but we are going backwards, so to speak, along the racks rather than as if it was on a page in a book. That's just the way it works out, unfortunately. Right, here we go. So back to on everyone. Get the right customer profile. God, it's going to take so long when we get 128 servers. $128, I think, will probably be the maximum. And the only reason I say that is that when you look at the IP addresses, which I'll show you when we go to enter one, depending on what, like the subnet mask and all that stuff is, which I do not understand all that, that defines how many IP addresses you can have. Now the maximum I've seen is 128. Therefore I would say the maximum servers you can have is going to be 128. Yeah, look to the side, it says it here. 20, so that's 0 is 256. Oh no, we can have 254. Blimey, imagine having 254 servers. just working that out. Say there was a customer. The last customer you did was 254 servers of each type times 4. 1,016 servers, 6 in a rack. It's 170 racks. Surely we can't have any customers. Surely not. Do not fancy bringing that many servers through on a trolley, 6 at a time. So there is a mod I saw on Nexus Mods which unlocks all the customers. You've got the cabinets open, you could literally go through and look at the last customer, but I must be over halfway through all the customers. I believe it's 34 customers is what you can have. So has that gone? There you go. That one's gone green. Let's turn all these ones on. We're getting there, chat. Thank you for being with us. Do this, then we need to go back and find the IP address. Well, what's the old purple address? 17238. Here, 172.8.2. Copy. Oh. Oh, it was going to take that for a minute. Right, lovely. So let's switch these on. Last 10 servers, chat. Last 10. Customer's taking us an hour and a half. Right, let's just check on the data coming in. Both 246, because we've got them as a group. So as I say, it shares a bandwidth. So instead of one cable putting through 40 and not better to do any more, but you've got two putting. So I imagine we might be able to do one more customer with the two, because each customer is obviously increasing bit by bit. 172, 16, 13. 172.16.13.2. And that should be it. There we go. And everything is running at full speed. I say, if there was a problem with the bandwidth with these cables coming in, they do a 27, 27. So yeah, I think the next customer, depending on what it is, could probably go 30. Excuse me. It would start reducing the effective speed of each server. So that's when you might drop under what the customer's expecting. So you could put an extra cable in if you wanted to, but all it's going to do is just divide those two. So divide, what, 50, say 55 across 3 cables. There's no actual real benefit to it. So you can see how much I've increased by bit by bit. So where do we start with? I've got to change this one. This customer went horribly wrong. But this is where they started changing over to the different switches. Gone from 21, 24, 25 and a half, 27.6. So they're going up slowly. So next customer, we're not going to do it today, but we will start prepping for it. Imp Hub. So let's get the calculator, start working out requirements. So yellow is going to be 20 servers. And the green is going to be 20 servers, because that's the same IOP speed. Well, that went wrong. So say 12 blue, 600,000. 50 purple servers. So we've got 20 plus 12 plus 50 plus 20. So 102 servers all in all. 17 racks. Don't click on it. What if you do, don't click on it. There's 17 racks. 5, 9, 14. So we got a choice. We can either start here. There's exactly 17 racks, so I can't use any of this space in this one. So if we went 3, I went to 8, to 13, 17. It will bring us down to here. 5, 9, 13, 17. If we did 17, I'm thinking space. I know we can still go. We're going to take this next wall down in a second. I'm seriously thinking, considering and starting building it there and wrapping it round. And then we can always bring the cable in down this way, have this as the main server in, and then go out and around with all the cables. Then the customer after that will start building here. again, you could start from there, that's where it's going to finish, and then just build it and wrap it round. Something to bear in mind. So, equipment we're going to need is where I start losing a lot of it. We're going to need one 32 switch. Then 17 racks, we need 17 switches. And then we need 17 patch panels. And then the modules, it's going to be 17. So going to be 2 at the customer base, 2 into this base. What is the total IOPS? Just it's 102 servers and they do 0.6 each. 61.2, so 2 cables. 2 cables should be enough. Each cable is going to put about 30 and a half, just over 30 and a half, say 31 gigs each. So it'll be 2 in here. And it's going to be 2 into the base there. That's 4, 17 out, 21, and 17 ins. That's 38 we need. Which, say, 8 boxes. And then the other type of switch, the SFP, sorry, it's going to be 6 in each rack. 17 racks is 102. 5 in a box, so 21 boxes. That's a lot of equipment. So, thank you for joining me, chat. I'm going to call it there. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. 37 minutes just for one customer. So, I don't know how many more I'm going to do on stream, because it's just going to take so long. Don't know how enjoyable it is sitting there watching me just move them around. That's why they could do it so much quicker. If they could just let us find a better way of bringing the stuff through, that would be so much easier. Now, so we're just going to take this wall down. Oh, we got the money. I want to try and find the back wall, how far back it can go. See, look, we still do another row after that. The render distance starts getting a bit down then. I mean, that's how far the corridor goes. We've got to be in about here somewhere, haven't we? But anyway, as I said, chat, thank you very much. Don't forget to like and follow. I really would appreciate it. If you want to catch up, if you go to our website, which will be on the bottom of the screen now, you can then click on any games you like the look of. Take you to the YouTube playlist. Have a look, see what you think. Until next time, we might be back on tomorrow. I'm going back on tonight with a different game. Not sure what just yet. I'm going to go through my library, see what we got. Might do a bit of boxing. Might do a bit of WWE. I might do a quick hour of a supermarket simulator again. Trying to go through that bit by bit slowly. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you all on the next one.